It is with great pleasure that I report that a health care package that will benefit Arkansans for generations to come is now in the hands of the governor. From the state capitol, this is Speaker of the House, Robbie Wills. Just as the House did a week ago, the Senate on Thursday approved a tax increase on cigarettes and smokeless tobacco. Under this bill, we will see that more children receive health insurance and better health care. The elderly poor will receive dental care through Medicaid. More screenings for prostate and breast cancer will be available, and a second medical school will help answer our shortage of doctors and nurses. And we will establish a trauma network to improve emergency rooms across the state so that trauma victims can be taken to the hospital that is best equipped and staffed to treat their particular injuries. Those are only a few of the items that will lead to a healthier Arkansas. A lot of people worked hard to push this legislation through the House and Senate, and we had to get a supermajority in each chamber to succeed. Both chambers came through with flying colors, and I'd like to thank everyone who lent a hand in this epic cause. Also this week, lawmakers received a summary of a bill to implement the state lottery. When Arkansans voted in favor of establishing a lottery, they wanted a transparent and efficient operation with proceeds going towards college scholarships, and we are going to carry out the voters' wishes. Draft legislation calls for a lottery that would include instant tickets, draw games, and participation in a multi-state game such as Powerball. Casino gambling and video lottery tickets would be prohibited. The new Arkansas Opportunity Scholarships would be for high school graduates with a 2.5 grade point average or who scored at least a 19 on the ACT or a similar exam. Also eligible would be applicants who have a 2.5 grade point average after completing 12 semester hours at a 2- or 4-year college. Initial awards will be for at least $1,500 a year, and if revenues allow, could be higher. Additional awards could be made to students who seek degrees in math, science, or engineering, and to those who complete the state's SmartCore program in high school. The governor and leaders of the House and Senate each would appoint 3 members to the Arkansas Lottery Commission, which then would select a director to oversee daily operations. A 10-member special legislative committee would have oversight powers. In other news, meanwhile, the Joint Budget Committee has adopted a plan on how to comply with voters' decision last fall to have the General Assembly meet in regular session every year, as opposed to every 2 years as we do now. Sessions during even-numbered years, starting in 2010, would begin in February and would last no longer than 45 days unless there's an extension. We primarily will address budget matters during those sessions. Pre-session hearings for 6 major agencies, including Education, Human Services, Health, and Corrections, would be held for 3 weeks in January. Legislation approved in the House this week included a bill to remove the statute of limitations in rape cases in which DNA evidence has been collected. The current limit is 15 years. We also approved a bill amending the state's concealed weapons law. The 1997 program listed churches and other places of worship as being among the sites where concealed weapon permit holders could not bring their weapons. The new legislation lets individual churches decide whether the weapons are allowed. And on a final note, it will be our honor next Wednesday to welcome home former President Bill Clinton to the House chamber for an address during a joint meeting of the House and Senate. His last appearance before Arkansas lawmakers came just a couple of days before he left office in 2001. Until next time, this is Speaker of the House Robbie Wills reporting from the state capitol in Little Rock. We'll see you next time.